Hey everyone, how's it going? We have a ton of new card reveals, announcements, a lot of just general news for the One Piece TCG, and I gotta say, it is a great time to get into the card game. It is a great time to be a fan of the One Piece TCG, or just a fan of One Piece in general, right? There's so much going on, but we have a lot of announcements with EB02, the One Piece Day in Dallas, Texas. We have set 11 dropping some new leaders, a lot of new card announcements. Let's get into it. We've got the alt arts revealed for EB02, and I just say all the arts are very stunning. I love them so much. The style is very, very nice. It's going to be a great set to both open and collect. I think we've learned a lot from EB01 and how much it has stood the test of time in terms of being very sought after, right? It's a kind of unique set that doesn't see a lot of reprints and doesn't see a lot of duplicates with a lot of the cards, right? So if you have a deck that you want to play that uses some of the SRs, for example, of EB01, they've gotten pretty pricey, right? We saw that with Laboon spiking up very much for Blackbeard, right? Bon Clay being such a coveted secret rare, right? Everyone needs it for purple Luffy. A lot of purple decks run it. It's crazy, crazy. So who knows with how much these SRs are going to spike from release to a year down the line, right after its release. But I think people are speculating that this set might take a similar road as EB01, so it might be hard to get down the line. So there might be a lot of buyouts in the beginning. So if you're interested in getting this set, it might be something you need to look out for in the beginning. Hopefully you can pick it up at obviously a price that is reasonable to you and nothing that breaks the bank, right? But I just want to go over some of the cards. Let's get into it. Leave a like on the video, subscribe, and of course, I have my TCG affiliate link down in the description if you're going to be buying anything off TCG Player. But of course, we got 3 alt arts to start off with. We got the Pudding, Yamato, and Vivi. I got to say, out of the 3 here, definitely a lot of people speculating on the Pudding and Sanji card. As you know, this is a 5/7 Straw Hat SR. During your turn, once per turn, when 2 or more of your Don cards are returned to your Don deck, set 1 Don card from your Don deck as active. So obviously this is going in purple black Luffy, right? Perfect card for it. A lot of people already talking about how good it is for that deck, especially just being a 5/7 with a really good effect for that deck. Like, that is a really good stat line. Vivi, I know you guys know that I play a lot of Vivi, but this card is a little lackluster for Vivi particularly. I think maybe Marco could make some better use of it. Who knows? Maybe we'll get better Alabasta support, but it is just a 3 cost, 2k power, 1k counter. On play, if your leader's multicolor, you draw 2 cards. It's a good Sanji's peel-off replacement, but I wasn't really running peel-off to begin with. And then once you play it out, it's nothing crazy. Even I think the Zoro Sanji deck could make pretty good use out of this card, right? It is something you could bounce back to hand, and then while replaying it, you know, you can get a lot of value drawing cards. And then we got the Yamato, which is a 6/7 activate main once per turn if your leader has the Land of Wano type or is ace. I do like when they give these cards very specific conditions like that. That's pretty cool. Give 1 rested Don card to your leader, and then this character gains rush during this turn. So pretty good, you know, some red green own support. But who knows? A lot of these cards with EB01, right? They didn't spike in price until we realized, you know, how good some of the leaders could utilize some of these older cards, and also how hard it was to get some of these older cards, right? When EB01 just kind of fell out of stock, harder to get, all the prices went up. But beautiful art. I love this so much. I'm going to be trying to collect the alt arts for this set 100%, even cards I don't plan to play with. It is beautiful, right? Let me know what you think of the art style. I think it is obviously stunning, but obviously we all have our own opinions on all that. Of course, we got the next 3. Got some Vegapunk Egghead support. I love it. Sengoku and Arlong. Very interesting. We'll get into Arlong in a second because we got a new leader that might be able to utilize it, right? He is the 3/4 On play, if your leader has the Fishman or East Blue type, give 1 rested Dawn to your leader, and then up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less cannot be rested until the end of your opponent's next turn. Pretty good for 3 Dawn, basically making so a 5 cost can't attack, but they stay active so you can't swing into them. So give and take, but pretty decent for 3 Dawn. 1k counter too, so he's not a dead card. I think the Vegapunk and Sengoku cards are going to be really good. Sengoku being a 7 cost black character, 7k power, 1k counter, a blocker, and then on play, play 1 black navy type character card with a cost of 4 or less from your trash rested. So some more smoker support maybe, or just black in general, right? If you're running navy cards. Very interesting to see. We got a 7 cost blocker, pretty good. And then we've got our Vegapunk, 5 cost, right, for leader ability, can play out, which is pretty good. And then he is a blocker, 0k power, but still a blocker. Then on play, look at top 5 cards of your deck, play up to 1 character other than Vegapunk with a cost of 5 or below with the type scientist. So cheating out a body while getting a blocker, pretty good. Interesting, we're getting just some more Vegapunk support. Love that for us, right? Again, very, very nice looking artwork for all of them. And we've got some more cards. Again, lovely artwork. We've got the Luffy 6-7, Water 7, and Straw Hat Crew. If your leader's multicolor and your opponent has 5 or more Dawn, this character gains Rush. And then when attacking, once return 2 of your active Dawn to your Dawn deck. Set this character as active, then add the top card of your life to your hand. Pretty interesting effects. Very aggressive. Interesting. And then we have the dreaded Enel, right? The big boss monster that we didn't think Enel needed, but it's here, and it's kind of crazy. The 10 cost 11k power, which is actually 12k when attacking, right? Because it is if your leader has the Sky Island type, this character gains Rush, and then when attacking, you may trash 1 card from your hand. If your life is at 1 or less cards, place the top 1 card of your deck into your life, then give this character 1k power for the turn. So he becomes a 10 cost 12k Rush, which just gets over like a 12k power Blackbeard blocker, which really helps Enel. Honestly, kind of crazy. Again, just another boss monster for Enel, which who knows if it really needed, you know? I am excited though for the Drooly Bonnie card. The 7-7, 1k counter. On play, one of your opponent's rested characters will not become active during your opponent's next refresh phase. And then at the end of the turn, set up one of your Dawn as active. So again, getting Bonnie's leader ability online. Pretty good. Just another like semi late game option. Something for a 7 Dawn turn for Bonnie. Which is pretty good. Most of the time, if you're going first, you get to your 7 Dawn. You'll either play out like a 5 cost body or a Basil Hawkins and then just swing with leader, or maybe search if you have the Dawn left and a 1 cost searcher. So this just gives us another option. It's got counter too, which is pretty good. A lot of our later game cards didn't for Bonnie. Once you got to like 7 Dawn and up, all of them were pretty much bricks. So I could see this card getting play. Again, I don't know how strong Bonnie will be, but there's still a lot of people playing the deck. I like the deck. I love green in general. So I'm excited about this. Again, really cool artwork for all of these, even though I don't think I'll be playing Enel. I do love the art for it. Kind of crazy looking. And then we have an interesting reveal, 3rd anniversary special cards. These are absolutely beautiful and stunning. They are the 10 cost Luffy, right, from set 5. We've got like a silver and a gold, you know, there's the gold. Very nice looking cards. I'll put up some, I think there's some in-person reveals of them. Very, very nice looking. Absolutely stunning. Again, totally unnecessary to play with, right? Because these are just another alt art for the 10 cost Luffy that we've seen a lot. But if you are a collector looking for these cards, they are absolutely stunning. I gotta say, they're definitely something on my list of cards that I want for sure. They are beautiful. Then, of course, I don't know if this is a hot button topic for y'all, but the manga reveal for EB02 is the Luffy. I gotta say, It's another Luffy manga, which of course, you know, main character, obviously there's going to be a lot of mangas, but there's been so many opportunities, I think, for other characters that are fan favorites, that are very popular, that fit the theme of the set to get manga cards. Obviously in set 10 with a lot of Dressrosa, I think a lot of people wanted a Doflamingo manga, which I think would have gone so incredibly hard. But I mean, Gear 2, like, this is kind of iconic, right? There are so many instances of people referencing this pose, this stance. It is iconic to Luffy. I love it so much. So I can't really be mad at it, you know? Can't really be upset that we got another Luffy manga card, because it is insanely cool, right? But I would have loved to see some other characters get some love with different mangas. That being said, again, I do really love this card. It goes so hard. It is just so cool. Now, getting into some more news and reveals, we got One Piece Day. Obviously, we saw that that was coming to Dallas a bit ago, but here's an example, the showing of some of these special promos. But also, if you guys are interested in competing, there are going to be a couple of offline, you know, in-person regionals during the event on March 8th and 9th. Here's the information on that. The venues hosted by Play TCG. Pretty cool. I want to really attend this event. I will confirm with y'all if I'll be going. I'll make a post about it. Definitely really interesting to see two events hosted, and just such a great event if you're a One Piece fan, especially if you're a fan of the trading card game, because again, there'll be a lot of special promos that'll be given out with two in-person regionals being hosted. Seems like a great event to attend if you can make it. Again, it is in Dallas. The events are on the 8th and 9th of March. So make sure you sign up for it if you're going to be attending these regionals. But getting back to some of the cards, so we got the Zoro and the Luffy. Again, very stunning, very cool. Just another incentive to attend One Piece Day. Obviously, this is going to be the first one that we got here in the States. So pretty cool that we get to have an event like this. I definitely will be trying to attend. Let me know down in the comments if you are going to be going. I think it'll be very cool. And here are a couple of more promos. We've got the Uta Don, and the thing that I am kind of excited about is the illustration box, which we saw a couple of these posted. I know I didn't talk about it, but there's been two posted so far with two different promos for each. But this is the latest one to be revealed with the Rob Lucci and the Julie Bonnie special promos inside, and then you get packs of set 8 and 9. These boxes are $20. I think you can only get them at the event. I don't know if they'll be posted on like retailers' websites like Target and such later, which the first two boxes were. Again, just more and more promos that you can get for attending this event. Really cool. It's really cool. It's exciting. It's just exciting. It's a great time, like I said, to be into the card game. And if you're somebody who's thinking about getting into the card game, I keep saying that set 9 is the time to do it. And it looks just like for the next 6 months, we're just going to be slammed with so many cool promos, cool products, which, yes, it's a great thing for people to collect, but the more versions of cards we get, obviously, the cheaper it is just to get base rarity stuff, which is always nice. Not saying that the Rob Lucci or the Bonnie here were expensive cards to begin with, but just more ways for people to get product. Always good for new players, right? And special stuff like this is just also more exciting stuff for people to go after. Really cool, really great. Let me know what you think about these illustration boxes down in the comments. Just another way to get product. I'm very excited for it. And obviously that Don looks absolutely insane. One more bit of information. This is coming with EB02, just foiled versions of older leaders. I don't believe that these are the only 3 that we're getting. I think there's a lot more coming with it, but again, really cool. If you're someone who likes playing with upgraded version stuff, I know I do. Really just good way to get some more bling to your deck. Obviously, it's just cool to have more choices and more variety when it comes to our decks. And I've always been a person that said, if you're gonna buy anything that's like alt art or blinged out for a deck, I think the leader is like the one card, right? Because that's something you'll always have on your board that you'll always be playing with. You know, you don't have to buy play sets of alts or any alts, right? You don't have to play with any alt art card. But if you do want something to spice up your deck a bit, alt art leaders are always cool to have, because again, it's something you'll always be able to see and always be able to play with, right? So just having these as more options is really nice. It's really nice. So I'm excited about it. Again, I think there's a lot more leaders to come that were shown off with it, but these are just 3 examples. But getting into the main thing I wanted to talk about in this video is 3 new leaders from OP11. And I know it is so far down the line to look at this, but it's very exciting. It's very exciting because we got a lot of both cool lines and mechanics going on with some of these leaders, and I'm very excited about one particularly, Jinbei. I've always wanted a Jinbei leader, so very nice to see. He's a 5 life Fishman and Straw Hat type leader, green. End of turn, if you have 6 cards or less in your hand, set one of your Fishman or Merfolk type characters and up to 1 Don as active. So might be seeing some new counter events coming into play, and also just resetting your characters, protecting your board. Great mechanic. It does come with the stipulation of hand size, but I'm interested to see some more support come around for this. Obviously, we have some Fishman cards, but nothing so crazy that I've heard a lot of people talk or get excited so much about Jinbei's, you know, support. But I personally am very excited to see what we get for Jinbei. Very interested to see him as a leader. Obviously, we have a lot of green Straw Hats already with like the film package, but his leader ability does stipulate more for the Fishman style stuff. So interested to see what we got going on for that. It doesn't seem like it stipulates a cost for the character that you're restanding, so that is kind of crazy. Who knows? Who knows? The main card we'll get into is this new Luffy. Again, another Luffy leader, but a new color combination, blue and purple, 3 life, 6k power. So similar to the red and purple Luffy, but it is now blue and purple. Obviously, we have Straw Hat crew type, and then his ability reads, you may activate this effect at the start of your turn. I've read and heard that this activates before the refresh phase, which is very important, and we'll get into that and why so many people are very excited about this leader and how strong he can be, right? And then if you have 8 or more Don, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Straw Hat crew type card, add it to your hand, and then place the remaining at the top or bottom of your deck in any order. That is so crucial that you can put it back at the top because of a few things you can do with that ability. The fact that we're late game stacking the top 5 every turn, taking a extra card to our hand, kind of insane. We'll get into more of that in a second. We'll just quickly go over the Shirahoshi. I'm a bit excited about the Shirahoshi because it's another leader that can attack. You know, I don't know why. I just like making the VV try to work because it's a challenge. So who knows how hard it'll be to crack the Shirahoshi leader, right? We got green and yellow, 5 life, can attack Merfolk and Fishman Island type. Activate main once per turn. You may rest one of your Don cards and flip the top card of your life face up, and then you may play from your hand up to 1 character card with the Sea King type, or up to 1 Megalo character card with a cost equal or less than total Don on your board. So similar to Calgara, where we're cheating out characters with cost equal to your Don, right, for 1 Don when attacking. But this has different stipulations. We'll obviously have to see what new support for Sea King type we get. Kind of interesting. Similar to Vegapunk, where we're just resting a Don to play a character. But this just gets increasingly good as the game goes on, as you can play higher and higher cost characters. You just need a way to flip your life back down or take that life. So the top life of your right is now regular, so you can flip it up for the costs of the ability. Interesting. Again, a leader that I think will be make or break on the support. So getting into Luffy again, very, very interesting cards. I got the sim here pulled up. Obviously, with the ability to stack your deck, a lot of people, rightfully so, are looking at the Sanji, and I think the price on this has spiked since this card has been revealed, because this allows you to, on play, reveal top card of your deck. You may put into play one revealed character with a cost of 9 or less other than Sanji, and then place the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck, right? So if you are, before your refresh phase, stacking your deck, taking one card to hand, we can put Big Mom on the top of our deck, or for our Sanji to play off of, right? So then the next turn we play Sanji that plays Big Mom, and then since we looked at the top 5, you're able to know what card Big Mom will heal into your life. So obviously any trigger card, a couple examples of good events, right? Maybe peel off to draw you a couple extra cards because you already looked at the top 5. So say for your stack, you have Big Mom and then peel off and then 2Ks, right? You then in your turn healed and got 4K counter to your hand. Kind of crazy if, you know, you need to defend your life, right? Because again, you're a 3 life leader, but 6K power, so that helps. Or you can get something like Red Rock or Gravity Blade that triggers to bottom deck a character, right? You could even trigger out like the Missile Sunday body, right? Because then it's like a character that you can swing with and draw. Or you could go the route of playing Sanji into the 9-cost Luffy, which gains rush and draws, again, because you looked at the top 5 and stacked it after you took your card. You know what you're going to be drawing into with the Luffy, which could be more counter. Kind of crazy. Or you could Sanji into something like the Luffy Taro, which will cheat out another body like the Sangoro, which is a... How much Don is that? For 9 Don, you're playing a 9-cost body, a 7-cost body, and a 5-cost body. That is kind of insane. Was that 21 Don, right? Of characters for 9 Don? That is a crazy play. Crazy play. And then again, you'll know what you're going to be drawing into the next turn. Obviously, you can't attack the same turn with Sanji, but you know, kind of crazy just the amount of value you can get late game with this ability. The fact that you can do it before your refresh phase. Apparently, I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but that's what I've been seeing people say based off the translation and everything. So very, very interesting. The mechanics for Lin. I think this card is going to be crazy in the deck. I think all of this stuff is going to be crazy. Let me know what you would put in this deck. I was just looking through for the events for triggers. You know, there's not like, it's not yellow or anything with crazy triggers to get a ton of value, but it is interesting. I personally think that Peel Off would be a really great one to know that you're putting into life with Big Mom. If you know the next 2 cards, right, could really impact your way to counter out stuff. But again, let me know what you would put in the deck. Now just looking through events, and of course, we're Luffy. We can use the 1 Don Gum Giant event, which is one of the best counter events in the game. Not only are you trashing this card and another maybe dead card in your hand, but you're drawing 2 cards to replace itself and what you just trashed, and you know what you're drawing into with your ability. Again, this might be like one of the best new leaders in terms of like defense you can get if you can properly stack your deck for these events or for like a Big Mom trigger. Kind of crazy. And again, you're a 6K leader. Wild. I really am looking forward to this leader and seeing how much people can crack it. I think it is very, very interesting. And again, we have more leaders from the set to be announced. So let me know what you're excited about with all this news. Again, great time to be a One Piece TCG fan. So much going on, so much down the line. Right now, set 9 is a lot of fun. It is just absolutely wild. But yeah, let me know what you think about all this down in the comments. I'll try and cover stuff as more things are released. So definitely subscribe if you want to see more. Leave a like on the video, and I'll see you all in our next one. Bye-bye.